What's up, Internet? Welcome to Once Over. I'm Kaylee, and today we're going to be giving the once over to all of the stuff that I got at VHS Fest 8 and all of the stuff that I got on the trip home from VHS Fest.
Give it a good once over.
Giving us the once over.
Giving him the once over.
Give me a once over.
Down to give us the once over.
For a routine once over.
Once over.
Oh, just once over lightly.
Hello, welcome back if you've been here before, and if you haven't ever been here before and this is your first time visiting my channel, thank you so much for joining me. I usually do movie reviews, so these haul contents are a little bit different for me, but I've been really enjoying them, so I figured I'd share some of the stuff that I got with you guys. If you're enjoying the hauls, I am a media hoarder, so I am constantly buying stuff. So if you love these, definitely give me that feedback because I can keep them coming if you guys want. VHS Fest is held every year at the Mahoning Drive-in. It is an absolutely incredible festival for all of the tape heads out there. I, however, despite the fact that I love VHS, I am not a huge VHS collector. So I did pick up a couple of VHSs, but most of the shopping that I did while at VHS Fest was actually on the trip home when I stopped at a used DVD store and bought 19 different DVDs. I have a problem. So today we're going to be looking at the 4 VHSs that I got, the 19 DVDs, and a couple of additional little odds and ends. Let's start out with the stuff that I actually got at VHS Fest. As VHSs go, I, again, went pretty minimal. The first thing that I got was this copy of My Cousin Vinny. I got this specifically because this was my grandma's, one of her favorite movies, and she and I used to watch this literally all of the time. We would sit in her bed and we would put bugles on our fingers and watch this movie. So this has a lot of nostalgia for me, and she actually had this exact same copy of the VHS, which is why I wanted to pick it up. I will almost certainly never put this on VHS, but I like the fact that I own it. Next, I got Rosemary's Baby. This is one of my favorite movies. I own this in a ton of different mediums, so I have this on Blu-ray, DVD, I own the book, I have a digital copy of it. I really like this movie, and I don't own it on VHS, so again, I wanted to own it. Before we get into the other 2 VHSs that I got, I want to just show you a couple other little things that I got at VHS Fest. The first one, of course, is Casey the Final Girl's Fit for the Final Girl book. This is super awesome. Casey is absolutely amazing. I will link all of her information down below. If you are not familiar with her, she's extremely, extremely talented. And this is like a nice little workout book. It has health tips and recipes in here. And I'm super excited to learn how to become fit enough to be a final girl in a horror movie. I am going to be checking this out because I am lazy as shit, so I could use this very badly. Thank you, Casey. And then I also got these original Freddy's Dead glasses. Are you kidding me? These actually came from Movie Dumpster. I super appreciate them. They are really, really cool. Movie Dumpster recently reviewed Freddy's Dead, of course, the 3D Nightmare on Elm Street that everybody hates except for Tony from Hack the Movies and I. Also, if you want to check out Tony from Hack the Movie and I's review of that movie, you can absolutely check it out. I will absolutely link that down below as well. Movie Dumpster actually got an entire carton of these. So these are original glasses from the movie. You can see here, we have lots and lots of fun stuff. I especially like the House Party 2 and Suburban Commando ads on the back of these. R.I.P. Shelley Duvall. And I'm very happy that I'll be able to save 30 cents off of Barks. Not really, because I am never going to fold these or rip them or tear them in any way. I love them. They're a collector's item. Yay. Next up, the 2 VHS that I was really, really, really excited to find. We got A Boy and His Dog and Soylent Green. I got A Boy and His Dog first, and the way that I actually got this is because Tony, I know he will be very upset at me if I don't say these words, Tony from Hack the Movies, he was actually going to give this away for free for anybody to have, which is wonderful, except for the fact that he knows that I goddamn love this movie. So why wasn't he going to gift it to me? I'll never know. However, I stole it from the free pile. It's mine now. I love it. Someone clearly loved this because it's already rewound. A Boy and His Dog came out in 1975 and it was set in 2024. So this was actually my first review in 2024. If you want to go check that out, you absolutely can. And then of course, Soylent Green. Soylent Green came out in 78 and it was set in 2022. This was actually my first ever movie review. If you want to see how far I have come, I would highly recommend going and checking this out. I did not know anything about editing or how to do anything or be in front of a camera. I still don't really know those things, but I'm learning slowly but surely. So Soylent Green is a very special movie for me because of that. And of course from VHS Fest, I couldn't leave without actually getting a VHS Fest shirt. This year's shirt features Brink Stevens on it. She was featured in 3 of the different movies that they screened. It was absolutely an incredible experience getting to go there. The Mahoning Drive-in is amazing. amazing. I love that experience. I love it there, and I feel really lucky that I was able to make it this year. Yay. One other little update. This one is at least disc related because I finally got in the Godzilla, the Showa era film set from Criterion. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting it to be this big. Look how pretty. I got this as a part of the 50% off Barnes & Noble sale that Criterion does twice a year, and I'm very excited to finally own it. However, I have been warned that the quality of this is not great in some places. So obviously this is amazing. It has this beautiful book. But as I move it, all of the pages crack. I am very confident that this little booklet here that is full of amazing artwork and interesting information, it is going to fall off the spine for sure. There is no way. I think that there was like a big Twittergate sort of thing that happened with it because everybody was complaining about it. Listen to this crack. That does not sound well made. Criterion, step up your game. You're known for this. And this, of course, includes 8 different Godzilla films from 1954 to 1975. I am a huge fan of Godzilla movies, so having this in my collection is great. I am for sure going to be putting it on my shelf. So as I was driving home from VHS Fest, I, of course, had to look up used media stores because I can't help myself and I needed to buy more things. I had so much self-restraint at VHS Fest that I had to treat myself somewhere else.
Treat yourself.
So I found a store called Extremities Entertainment, which is in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, and I bought everything that they had. I'm pretty sure that the employee who was there had no idea what was coming. He was like, "What are you doing?" as I was walking around the store. But I had a dang blast, and I bought 19 DVDs and would have bought more if I had had more time to spend there. Oops. There's a ton of stuff that I have not seen in this stack. I'm not gonna know a lot about it. You guys gotta tell me about it. I don't know things. First off, I got a Criterion movie. This is Early Summer by Yasujiro Ozu. I am probably pronouncing that wrong. I have not seen this in a very long time. I am a big fan of Ozu's movies. I've seen a couple of them in 35mm at the drive-in, so I'm sure that I have seen this particular one. I think that the last time that it screened was like in 2017 or 2018, so I just picked it up because I want to rewatch it. Next, I got The Student of Prague. This is directed by Stellan Rai. It came out in 1913, and I know 0 things about this. I got this because as I was walking through Extremities Entertainment, I was going through different sections, and I saw a copy of this in one section, and then I went to a totally different section, and I saw another copy of this, and then I went to a third section right as I was about to check out, and I saw yet another copy of it, and I was like, well, it just wants me to buy it. I don't know. I'm gonna buy it, I guess. So my impression is that this 1913 black and white silent film is one of the first horror movies. I think it's like German expressionism. I am excited to check it out. I definitely like a lot of the silent films. I am extremely blessed because I live in Rochester, New York, where we have the Dryden Theater, and we frequently have live accompaniment to silent films. So I'm excited to check this one out. It'll be interesting to watch that at my home instead of in a theater with a pianist. I really have no particular order for these things. Anyways, next up is Manborg. Can you believe somebody got rid of this? This came out in 2011 and it was directed by Steven Kostansky. And I first became familiar with it because it screened at the 2011 Fantastic Fest. This movie is a barrel of fun. You should watch this if you have not. It is freaking amazing. I absolutely love it. I think that a very good description of it is on the back, and it says, "A warrior who's half man, half machine, and all hero." I feel like this was the prized possession of the entire haul only because I just can't believe that somebody would buy this and then get rid of it. I probably own a dead person's DVD. That's fine with me. Next up, switching gears entirely, we have Lust Caution. This is a 2007 Ang Lee film. You are probably familiar with Ang Lee from things like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Brokeback Mountain. This is very different than those, but still outstandingly amazing. It's probably my favorite Ang Lee film. This stars Tony Leung, who we actually talked about in my last haul video, in my Criterion haul video, because I got In the Mood for Love, which he is also in during that haul. This is a World War II espionage movie that is full of lust and has very little caution. Next, we have a Blu-ray. I think this might be the only Blu-ray that I got. I just like media. It really doesn't matter what the format is. I have never seen this one. I feel like this is exactly in my wheelhouse. This has been on my list of movies to see for an extremely long time. Came out in 1982. It's directed by Jack Shoulder, and it has Martin Landau and Donald Pleasance in it. I don't like to know a ton about movies before I see them, but it is my understanding that this one actually has some pretty incredible gore. I also think that there might not be any romance in this movie. I could be totally wrong about that. Tell me if I'm wrong Don't tell me if I'm wrong until I see it. But it definitely has achieved that cult horror status, and I am really pumped to check it out. All right, we gotta take a deep breath for this one because there are sharks on it, and I am terrified of sharks. This is Cyclone. My eyes are closed because I know that the shark is really close to my face right now. I don't like looking at it. Okay, I haven't seen this. I love shark movies. We might need to put this down. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it down. It's making me uncomfortable. Yes, I realize that it's irrational that I am this afraid of sharks. I know that the shark is not going to jump out of the DVD case and come and get me. I'm aware of these things. Doesn't matter. Brain does weird things. It's just sharks. Spooky. I check under the bed for sharks. So I have not seen this one. I do love watching shark movies, even though I am terrified of them because I like confronting my fears. So I'm excited to watch it. I know that I will freak the fuck out while I do, but that's fine. It's fine. That's gonna be fine. I love disaster films. Disaster films are some of my absolute favorites. So I believe that this movie is about a cyclone that like downs a boat or a ship or an airplane or something. Then I believe that there is cannibalism and sharks and crazy times. I assume heat stroke? I don't know. We can't drink ocean water?
Don't you know the poem? Water, water everywhere, so let's all have a drink.
Is that gonna be a thing in here? I am very excited to watch this movie, I'm gonna be honest with you. It seems like all of the things that are exactly up my alley. It came out in 1978, and I love that kind of era of the disaster films. Next up, we have Echo Echo Azarak, Wizard of Darkness. I believe that this is based on an anime that I'm also not familiar with. Why did I get it? It looks kind of rad. Doesn't something about that look kind of neat? I think that this is a trilogy. I believe that this is the first part of it. Do you guys know things about this one? I don't know anything about it. I'm going into it totally blind, and I like that. It looks witchcrafty based on the back cover, and it says wizard. So, right? There's a pentagram, there's some skeleton hands. The future is at the mercy of this little girl. Neither of these girls look particularly little to me. Like, they look young, but they don't look like I would call them a little girl. Whatever. Back into Criterion stuff, I got My Man Godfrey. I actually just saw this one like 2 months ago or so. It came out in 1936 and it is directed by Gregory LaCava. This movie is hilarious. It is about a woman who is a socialite who needs to find a homeless person and bring him back to a party as a part of a scavenger hunt. Yep, that old good time. But it's super duper funny, and in addition to that, this is in the public domain, so you can probably find this movie to watch very easily. It is probably on all of the streaming services, and I would highly recommend it. Since this is Criterion, it did come with a nice little booklet, so we got this nice little thing. It's a little bit bent, but that's what you get when you buy used DVDs, you know? Next, I got a Chinese copy of The Asphalt Jungle. I don't really know why I got this. I like The Asphalt Jungle, it's a great movie. This, of course, came out in 1950 and was directed by John Hudson, and it is a good old heist movie. If you like film noir, this is definitely for you. You have probably seen it if you like film noir. I picked this up specifically because it is the Chinese Bo Ying distribution release of this, and I just kind of thought that that was cool. I know Bo Ying has done a lot of things, and I've heard that they're actually really good at subtitling. I know that that is heavily debated. If you feel differently, please let me know. I care a lot about subtitles being accurate to what is happening, so I'm curious to see kind of how it is going to play out in this movie. I like watching and seeing the subtitle things. Okay, 9 more to go. We're making headway. We're doing it. We're doing it, you guys. This probably should have been a 2-part video, but it's not gonna be. There's still tons of good stuff coming up. The Great Los Angeles Earthquake. Yeah, everybody's favorite. Again, I already mentioned that I love disaster films. I just thought this looked super fun. It was probably like $2, and so I got it. Extremities Entertainment had some banging deals. I assume that this is about an earthquake in Los Angeles. We'll find out when I watch it. Yeah. I think it was a like docu-series. Not a docu-series, like a mini-series. I think it was supposed to be like 3 episodes. I think that it might be currently on Tubi actually right now, but I think you can only get the second 2 parts and not the first part. That's why we have our physical media instead of doing our streaming platforms, right guys? Yeah, it's because of this. Next, we have a movie whose title I will probably mispronounce, and that is Claver. I took a lot of French, but I sucked at it. Is that French? Belgian horror movie, so probably French. I think that the English title of this is The Ordeal. It looks rad, doesn't it? I love this cover. I am a huge packaging whore. Oh god, I love it so much. I love blind buying stuff. I love judging books by their covers. I love judging DVDs by their covers, and this 100% got me, so here it is in my home. Great job, DVD. This is for sure a horror movie. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be like. I'm really excited to check it out. How many times do you think I can say that I'm excited to check it out? 1,000? I am! I like watching movies, you guys! And of course, something to depress us all, I got Schindler's List. I just didn't own this and I felt like I probably should. I've only seen this movie once. I don't have a ton of interest in revisiting it regularly because, you know, it's sad, but now I own it, so I can watch it whenever I want. Yeah. I've never made out during Schindler's List. Have you guys?
You were making out during Schindler's List?
And yet some more Criterion. I might or might not have depleted their supply of Criterion stuff. It's fine. Thank you, Extremities Entertainment. Yeah. Sorry that I took all your stuff. This is Children of Paradise. It is a double disc set. I believe that there are 2 movies in here. I don't even really know anything about this at all. I just saw that it was a couple discs and I got excited. Okay, I know that I usually don't read things about movies before I watch them, but I just read the back of this and I'm gonna read it to you guys because it sounds pretty cool. Poetic realism reaches sublime heights with Children of Paradise, the ineffably witty tale of a woman loved by 4 different men. The Criterion Collection is proud to present this milestone of cinema in a new high-definition film transfer made from the restored negative. Video introduction by director Terry Gilliam. Is this Terry Gilliam? How am I not aware of this? Somebody tell me what I just bought. I don't know what this is. If it's Terry Gilliam, it's probably one of the few Terry Gilliam films I haven't seen. 1945, it can't be Terry Gilliam. What the fuck is this? I'm very excited to find out what this is. You guys probably already know. Can somebody just tell me? Tell me. I want to know everything about that one. Tell me everything. And then again, for the switching it up, we have The Raid 2. Yeah. I love the Raid series. This one, of course, is directed by Gareth Evans. It is absolutely incredible. This is one of the very few movies that I have ever had to actually take a break during and turn off because I got so tripped out by it because it was bonkers. I got triggered. I don't like that word. I don't like the triggered word, but this movie triggered the crap out of me and I had to take a little bit of a break. If you have not seen these movies, they are outstanding. I don't even know how to describe the fight sequences. This has gotta be like the height of filmmaking. It is incredible, incredible action stuff. I love it so much. This one, of course, takes place a little bit more in an apartment building. That's this one, right? Am I mixing up movies? No, that's this movie. I know that. Correct me if I'm wrong, when I'm wrong. I don't know. Yeah, it does. It takes place in an apartment building. I looked it up. I was fucking right. I got spooked that I was saying the wrong things for you guys, but I wasn't. Oh my god, this movie is so good. Also, if you like The Raid and The Raid 2, this director, one of his other movies is called Morantau. That movie does not get talked about nearly as much as The Raid and The Raid 2, but it is equally as incredible. I might actually even like it slightly more. I know that that is controversial. Morantau is fucking awesome. You should definitely check that out. If I could find a copy of that for physical media, I would be very happy. 5 left. We are nearing the end. Aren't you so excited? Now we have Schenectady, New York. I can't look at the spelling of Schenectady here and say it correctly because that's not how you spell Schenectady. This came out in 2008 and was directed by Charlie Kaufman, and it of course stars the late Philip Seymour Hoffman, who is absolutely outstanding. I have never seen this one. This is another one that I know I've been wanting to watch it forever and I just haven't gotten around to it, and I was like, if I own it, that will make me watch it. Yeah, now I have no excuse. Going in the DVD player, buddy. Next I got Mick Garris's episode of The Masters of Horror. This is called Chocolate. This is actually not my favorite Masters of Horror. If you're familiar at all with this series, it is shorter movies directed by some amazing horror directors. I saw Chocolate, it was good. It's like a mid-range Masters of Horror for me. Some of my favorites are probably, what was Lucky McKee's one? I can't remember what it was called. That one was so good. And Dario Argento's first episode, that first one that he did, he might have even done 2. That first one that he did was outstandingly good. Oh, duh. And of course, John Carpenter's Cigarette Burns. That one's also really rad. I picked this up because I just think it's a cute little relic to have. I like Mick Garris a lot. I think that he's pretty talented. I think that he followed me on Instagram and then I got excited about it and then I followed him. And then he stopped following me because I think that he just uses that to get followers. But still, for a second, he knew who I was. Maybe. Or his team did. Do you think he runs his Instagram? His Instagram's actually pretty fucking cool. Then I got the classic Sunset Boulevard. Ooh, ah. I saw this movie for the first time probably when I was like in my early 20s, and everybody talks about it all the time and they're like, oh, it's so incredible. And I was like, how incredible can it be? And it turns out that the answer is more incredible than people say. I love this movie. I think it's stunning. Even if you haven't seen this movie, you are certainly familiar with it. It, of course, is director Billy Wilder's take on what happens to a starlet who is fading into obscurity. So we get introduced to Norma Desmond and we get to see all of the things that happens to somebody who is no longer in the spotlight. Then we got Martin Scorsese's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. This is probably my second favorite Scorsese film, my first being After Hours, which I just got in that last Criterion haul that I did. I love this movie. I was really surprised by it. It was tender and interesting. It had a lot of things that I really enjoyed. My best friend was recently like, what's that stupid movie that has like Alice in the title and it sucks? And I was like, this movie's great. No, you're wrong. You're very wrong. I think she might have watched it when she was too young. This one's definitely one I feel like you gotta age into a little bit. It's about making a new life for yourself, and I think that that's really sweet. And it's shown in a really interesting way. Scorsese is a pretty incredible director. There's a reason that he has as much clout as he has.
That's a big thing to do. This is later. Do you know what you're doing?
And finally, we've made it. We got Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1978 one. This is the best one in my opinion. Fight me. Directed by Philip Kaufman and starring Donald Sutherland, Brooke Adams, Leonard Nimoy, and Jeff Goldblum. Can you ask for much more than that? Come on, it's so lovely. This claim, it says that there will be no version ever released of this that could possibly trump this one. I had to buy it. There's interviews with the cast and crew. What? Never heard of that before. I don't know when this edition came out, but I am really, really pumped to check this out. I'm sure that there are better editions released of this by now, right? There's gotta be something way more exciting. I never need to own another one because nothing could possibly trump this. Whew, okay, are you guys exhausted? I'm exhausted. That was a lot of things. I bought too many things. I have a problem. I like physical media. I like being able to hold something in my hands. I like being able to say a streaming website is not going to take it away from me. I like making sure that I know which version of it I have. Then I know that's not going to change. So I will never stop collecting DVDs and VHSs and everything. What are the other things? Blu-rays, 4Ks. I have some laser discs because I'm a weirdo. I don't want to ever stop owning this stuff. I love having it in my hands. I suspect that you do too if you are watching this haul, because let's be honest, that is something that a ton of us movie fans all share, is that we really, really want to be able to have the thing that reminds us of the happiness and joy from the first time that we watched it. So thank you so very much for coming and joining me on this lovely haul video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye. This is Early Summer by Yasujiro. Fuck me.